Hello, everybody. Welcome back to one of my favorite things that I do on my channel, and that is review concerts that I get to go to. Today, I had the privilege of seeing Marty Stuart and his fabulous superlatives. This guy right there. This was, I think, my fifth time seeing Marty in some configuration. I first saw Marty Stuart back in 2018 when him and the Superlatives were backing Chris Hillman and Roger McGuinn of the Byrds as they were doing their Sweetheart of the Rodeo 50th anniversary celebration concert. Saw it at this very venue, the Jefferson Center in Roanoke, Virginia. The next time I saw Marty was, I think, 2019. I saw him open kind of a double bill with the Steve Miller Band in Lynchburg, Virginia, on one of the hottest days that I've ever seen a concert. But that was a fantastic time. It was my first time seeing Marty actually perform his stuff instead of playing, Birds tunes. Next, I saw Marty and the Superlatives in Union Hall, Virginia, at the Coves Amphitheater. That was a couple summers ago. I saw them last fall at the line. Well, the fall before this last fall, 2023, at the Lime Kiln Theater in Lexington, Virginia. That was an acoustic show, really, really cool. And then just this evening, as I'm filming this, this video might not post this day, but March 6th in Roanoke at the Jefferson Center. This was as always, fantastic evening. Marty Stuart, as well as the Superlatives, who are Kenny Vaughn on lead guitar and vocals, Harry Stinson on drums and backing vocals. And you might recognize Harry's name. He's all over a ton of studio recordings of country, outlaw country in the 80s and 90s, especially Steve Earle. He had a long tenure with Steve Earle. And then Chris Scruggs on the bass guitar and vocals. And Chris is the grandson of banjo player extraordinaire Earl Scruggs, who, is one of the Mount Rushmore characters in the bluegrass world. So really, really tight band. This particular group has been together now, I would say at least 12 or 13 years. They've put out 2 albums with Chris, and then Harry and Kenny have been with Marty for years. They were on his Marty Stewart show on RFD TV, which lasted for several years. They had a ton of great stars on there, old stars, new stars. They had Charlie Pride, Roger McGuinn, Dwight Yoakam, Connie Smith, Old Crow Medicine Show. Wide, spectrum of artists. So Marty and the boys are currently backing this album called Altitude, which came out in 2023. Killer record. If you don't have it, if you like cosmic country, a little bit of rock and roll, they were really inspired during the 2018 Byrds tour, the Sweetheart of the Rodeo tour, and wrote most of this, I think, on the road during that tour. And then, it took several years for them to get into the studio. I mean, they tour like madmen, these guys. But check this album out. I might even do a listen to this episode on this. I think I might have already reviewed it, in which case I won't. But yeah, listen to the songs on here. Country Star. Listen to the song Space, which is very trippy, psyche, with kind of a sitar vibe to it. All sorts of musical influences on this record. Traditional country, again, psych, jangle rock, a lot of really good stuff on here. If you like the Byrds, if you like, country music, Altitude is for you. I love this. I wear a shirt a lot of times with that logo on it, but that's what they're backing, even though that album's already a year and some change old. And I try to see them anytime that they come into town. And again, they did not disappoint. They usually come out and open with an instrumental, and they did tonight. It's called Latingo, kind of a surf rock kind of style to it. And then they broke into a song called Couldn't Sleep Last Night. and then went into the great song "Tear the Woodpile Down," which is just a fantastic tune. Actually, they actually went into Woodpile Down and then couldn't get to sleep last night. I got a set list at the end. That's what I'm looking at for notes, and it's not accurate. The set list is not at all accurate for what they played tonight. I mean, most of it is. I would say 90% of it, but they have on here that they were going to play the song "El Paso" by Marty Robbins. They did not do that, but instead, and I don't remember where it was on this set list, they did an acoustic cover of "Running Down a Dream" by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, which, as you know, I'm a huge Tom Petty fan. There is a Tom Petty connection with Marty Stuart. His album before Altitude, called "Way Out West," from 2017, was produced by Mike Campbell of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and the Petty influence is all over it. And actually, again, when I saw him in 2018 with the Byrds, they kind of had a Petty tribute during that show, and they did "Run Down a Dream" at that show. But Marty plays Mike Campbell's lead on mandolin, and he smokes it. I mean, it was Marty on mandolin, Kenny on the acoustic guitar, stand-up bass with Chris, and then just the snare drum with Harry around one mic. And I mean, they tore it up. They tore it up. Marty is a prodigy on the mandolin. He started playing professionally at 13 with Lester Flatt from Flatt and Scruggs. So it's kind of serendipitous that Chris Scruggs is now playing in his band, the grandson of the partner of the guy that he started with. So that's pretty cool, just how that works out. And now, he has him as like a protege. But yeah, they did that. They did just a couple of tunes from Altitude. They did the song. They closed with the song "Space," which Marty had his electric sitar for that. They did the song "Tomahawk," which is a fantastic tune. Listen to the song "Tomahawk." That's a great tune. And actually, they were wearing these very suits at the show tonight, right down to the blue cowboy hat that Kenny's wearing. So you have Marty, Harry, Chris, and Kenny there. But yeah, they did Tomahawk, and which one did I say? I think, was it just Tomahawk on here? Sorry, I think so. And Space. That was the one. Tomahawk and Space, which I'm surprised. The last couple of times that I've seen them has been since this album has come out. They have not done the song "Country Star," which was the big single off of here, and the song "Altitude." "Time to Dance" is kind of a rockin' tune. If you know the song "Making Some Noise" by Tom Petty, it sounds a lot like that song from the Into the Great Wide Open record. But anyway, I got to go with my mom for this show. It ended up being my birthday present to her. She just turned 60, so happy birthday, Mom. And she also just retired, so kind of a cool little outing with her. And actually, I had two aunts were there as well, who were sitting about 4 or 5 rows behind me. My uncle was up in the balcony, so 4 out of my mom's 5 siblings were all in attendance. So that was kind of neat. And pretty much a sold-out house. The Jefferson Center is a small 700-ish seat venue. It's modeled after Carnegie Hall, if that interests you at all, if you want to look it up online. So anyway, very happy to go, very happy to stick around, get the set list. And this was a Chris Scruggs set list, so very cool to have that. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Marty always gives the Superlatives a chance to sing, so each of the guys did 2 songs. And Harry did a song that Marty wrote with Vince Gill, a newer song. So pretty cool. So great show. They always do something a little bit different. Again, Marty did his classic solo version of Orange Blossom Special. Fantastic. Just him on the mandolin. Can't say enough good things. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if you know Altitude or if you're a fan of Marty Stuart. See him if you go. I was second row and it was $30. So go see Marty Stuart. Probably the best touring band right now You don't have to like country. They play everything. Check them out. All right, everybody. That's it. Y'all be good. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Bye now.